What's up, guys? Welcome in. This is a little bit different. We haven't done something like this in the past, but I'm here with Dan, Thousand Asins. If you don't know me, I'm Jonah Hodges. We're both 8-figure sellers on Amazon and decided to link up for a little trip, talk business. So Dan, I'm glad you came out here, man.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It's amazing to be here.
So tell me, just obviously, if viewers don't know you on my side, tell a little bit about you, your background, and just get into
Yeah,
that.
for sure. So I'm an Amazon wholesale seller. I started about 7 years ago. Started as a side hustle doing arbitrage for a few years. Transitioned into wholesale. My business since I started has grown rapidly, now to the point where I did just over $20 million in sales last year. I'm trying to keep running that number up, and yeah, that's me.
One thing I like about you and your content too is just how relatable it is. It's like simple day in the life stuff, right? Like people see these videos and the highlight clips, but this is like 1% of our life, right?
Exactly.
Can you speak on, how you're able to do this? And also, I know you have huge warehouse employees and all that. How are you able to let that run and not be stressed all day?
Yeah, I've fortunately gotten it to the point where it runs without me pretty much. I could probably disappear for a year and the business would still be going. Maybe not 100% perfectly, like there'd be some cracks, there always are if you step away as the leader for like a long, long time.
Right.
But things more or less run itself, like the warehouse knows what to do, how to prep products and ship products. My buyers know what to buy and when to buy it.
I think it's a big misconception when you're scaling that you have to have every single detail dialed. Like people don't know at our scale how much leakage there is in the business, right?
Yeah,
so then
for sure.
as you start growing, then you can start plugging those holes as you go.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think something me and you and most successful sellers are doing, resellers are, we're always on offense too. We're always looking for the next opportunity.
Exactly, completely agree. It's like 80% as good as you could have done it is good enough. I think one of the sharks on Shark Tank said that or something, but it's a good quote. Because if you want absolute perfection from your employees while you're away, like that's just not realistic.
Right.
But if they can get it done more or less, like you'll be better off scaling something that's not perfect than like just remaining like a one-person operation trying to like get perfection all the time from everywhere. So
and when you're trying to be that perfectionist, like I've definitely been that myself.
Yeah, that's my nature as well.
Yeah,
so.
and you have to, as an entrepreneur, like that's one of the worst skills you can have is trying to be a perfectionist.
For sure.
Because then it holds you back from posting that piece of content or starting that business, whatever it is. So if you're willing to just put yourself out there and learn as you go, like you can't lose.
Yeah, case in point, what we're doing right now, it's like we're coming at you guys with a podcast from two guys that don't necessarily gravitate towards social media, but we're just throwing it up here on a whim. And, I like another quote, done is better than perfect. Like if you're thinking about it and like you're overanalyzing every aspect, just dip your toes into the water. Like just get something done. Your first draft is going to be a first draft and then just, refine it.
This is something for both of us too. Like we're in the info space and probably could have gotten it way sooner, right? Like I know people have been asking you for years, right? And for me, it was like I wanted to be more confident, build it up. But reality is like you can teach anybody at any step, honestly, and you're never going to be perfect. So like we're just figuring it out as we go. But right now, how are you managing? We have a bunch of different businesses going on. You have coaching, you have your wholesale business. I know you're involved in real estate too, right? Can you just speak about I hate the word balance as an entrepreneur, but how are you able to maneuver all these things and not be so over the top stressed?
Yeah, for sure. So I like to batch my work. So like if I'm working on my coaching program, I'll do everything for that in like a 4 or 5 hour block in a row. So I'll film some content. I'll, get active in the Discord, put together some sort of guide. I like to like get into something and stay there for a while. Before I was kind of bouncing back and forth every day and like that can make your brain very like fragmented, feeling like hopping around all the time. So with like the prep center, I try to like just sit down and do like a couple hours of work or just like accomplish something. The selling business takes up most of my time, so that's kind of just my full-time thing. But the ancillary stuff, I try to just like put it into like a block of time, and that helps me. So.
Something that kind of helped me too, I think Martel said it, it's like 10-80-10. So now if you can do the first 10% of a project and outsource it and they can complete 80% of it, and then you come back around for the last 10, then you, the owner, the person that should be involved, you're starting it, ideation, you're also coming back. So
cool.
we're in wtih, Colombia right now. I've been here 3 times. This is Dan's 2nd time, right?
Yeah, 2nd time.
And this country is insane. I love it. It's also just like growing for entrepreneurs in a hub. And I know you're up in Boston, but you're relocating to Miami, right? And so can you talk about just number one, how we're able to do this, the benefits of this? Because I think a lot of people don't get, like, we're having fun, right? We're partying, we're doing all this stuff, but we get to like chop it up, and that's that piece of value we can take from each other. We apply to our business, and it's insane the amount of returns.
Yeah, exactly. Amazon selling is a perfect example of a business where like everyone's better together, networking, you know, like there's just no competition. The ocean is so freaking big that it doesn't matter, like, you know. So every time I network with other like high level sellers, I always get something out of it. So I mean, it's a dream lifestyle, honestly. Like, we get to have a ton of fun, talk some business, learn from each other, and you know, it's awesome. And probably the best part of owning your own business, I saw this on your Instagram a few days ago when you were on the way down. I can't agree more. It's like time freedom. Like, time is and will always be the most precious asset that there is, even beyond money. So when you can do trips like this, especially last minute, I booked my flight the day before. Like, I came down Thursday, I booked it Wednesday night.
Right. Yeah.
And just being able to get away, like, and do what you want when you want, within reason, of course, is like, that's just a priceless feeling.
Yeah, I think I had said revenue screenshots are cool, but time freedom is other level.
Right.
Like, that's what's different. And same thing, you booked your flight like 2 days ago. I booked mine like a week ago.
Awesome.
And, you know, we're talking to Jake, and he's telling me Jake Thomas is coming. And then obviously I want to get involved, and then you're coming. So it's been very cool to see this slowly curated group. And then also something you spoke about, like, is the blue ocean strategy with Amazon. It's like you have to have an abundance mindset when you're selling on Amazon. And honestly, in just any business, it's super limiting mindset when you think, oh, I shouldn't network, or I shouldn't share this information, because you're gonna, you know, like, we're at a certain level where we can, right? There's certain things that you keep to yourself that is your edge. There's things that I have that are my edge. But it doesn't mean that we can't share sauce with each other, you know?
Exactly.
And so the lone wolf, like, only gets you so far. I know you guys have ran into troubles. I got my account deactivated like 2 years ago, and if I didn't have my partners and stuff, I would have been miserable just trying to dig out. So
for sure. And Amazon can be a very lone wolf business. It's an internet-based business. So like, I mean, anything like that can be very isolating, very lonely, because it's almost a necessity to have like good people around you doing it with you. Like, you know, having Amazon seller friends is priceless. It makes it so much more worth it, so much more fun. Like, so.
If you're an Amazon seller and not networking, you're dropping the ball. Basically.
Yeah, 100%.
Because exactly what you said too, what I realized is just nobody in my city knew anything about what we were doing, you know? And so when you're that digital nomad and you are getting excited, your business is growing, you want to talk about it with like your friends and family.
Absolutely.
And then you overshare and they're confused or like, what the hell is going on? Your friends are like, whatever.
Right.
But you find a network, you find a group of people that are also doing it. And when you guys start jamming, it's like a different type of synergy.
Yeah, there's so much built-in camaraderie, because like dealing with Amazon, there's a lot of like, you know, ups and downs and complicated stuff going on. So yeah, like, you kind of can make instant friends. Like, oh, you're an Amazon seller too? There's a whole like lingo, terminology,
got,
like
keyword
industry.
Bank of words.
Yeah, exactly. So like, it's awesome. Like, you can just become like instant friends with the many, many sellers out there.
It was
if
funny.
You so choose.
I tagged you last night, and one of the guys was like, "What is thousand asins?" It's like it's an Amazon thing.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people think my screen name is 1,000 Asians, and if you read it fast, I mean, I get it.
That's a good one. Yeah. And so you've been posting online for a while, though. So when did you start posting content, and how long into your journey were you when that happened?
Probably like year 3 of the journey. So I've been posting, 4 or 5 years, really just casually, just to like document the journey and network with people, and just built up like a really organic following over time. I try to just be as authentic as possible, like no fluff, no like faking, nothing, like just me. If you like it, like me, great. Follow me. If you don't,
we'll
that's
spice
cool.
up like, some of the day in the life.
Now, I mean, this weekend and following week, it's going to be kind of a movie anyway. So like, Yeah, but
it's like a fine mix too. You want the tactical, educational stuff, but you know how people are. It's like you also have to show the lifestyle. You have to show them that you're not a scammer. Because like once you're selling something for thousands of dollars too, there is that trust wall you have to build. And
absolutely.
we do that by being around so long, posting about what we're doing, and just being transparent, right?
Yeah,
so that's sharing the wins, but it's also sharing the losses.
Absolutely, exactly. And yeah, I mean, as an 8-figure seller, like it's actually fascinating how many Amazon like course creators there are that just aren't doing numbers. They're like fast gurus, like just like they get a little something under their belt just to like sell info.
I feel like once you're in the space like longer than 6 months, you clearly can see who is like the marketer and who is the Amazon guy who's kind of learning content. And
you almost want the content to be bad. Like when selecting like an instructor for any sort of information in any industry, it's like I want like the more unpolished guy just like spitting game, like and not worried about it, instead of like the guy trying to like edit everything perfectly
and
like
thumbnail.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I want just like someone who sounds like they know what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah, and not regurgitated. That's what I've seen, at least in the Amazon space. It's like good idea comes out or somebody's doing something and everybody just tries to make it theirs. But it's like
I've seen that as well. Things I've said are just like echoed like throughout the community. It's like, all right, I totally said that first, but
it's like, should I just I'm sharing good information.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And it's one of those things being brand direct. So I know you have started moving that way as well. I'm pretty much 100% there. And there's not a lot of people that are doing it. And so I think us just pioneering it even and being at the forefront of it is something where every day we're learning new stuff, right? So that's why within our communities, it's good to just have access to people like you and I.
Exactly. Like, when you go into a community, you don't just get like a static product. Like, yes, you get like, you know, A to Z, how to do it all. But I'd say half the value, maybe more, is like the ongoing, you know, like adaptation. Like Amazon's always changing. Like there's new policies, new like workflows every like 2 or 3 months. So like getting expert guidance on an ongoing basis is huge. Like how to adapt to changes, best practices like that. And like the way I view my information, it's like a living, breathing thing. It's like we keep compounding more and more information and it just gets better over time as we go. So.
And with Amazon, you absolutely need a mentor because it's always a shifting space. Nothing's ever the same. It's not stagnant. So with that, it's like, you know, we'll get called a course seller. Oh, you're selling a course. But like you just said, it's so much more than a course, right? Courses, coaching, community, and then you can meet up in person, do events and stuff. And I think like that's going to be the biggest value with people moving forward. Yeah,
and like friends made. I mean, like it can be life-changing if you, you know.
We'll have to shoot something with Jake too. So it's funny.
100%.
Jake Thomas is a guy some of you may know. He's doing good numbers too. What is his monthly?
I think he's doing like $300 to $500K a month, depending on the month.
And so Jake got started by YouTube, doing some research. He found Dan, and then crazy. You go ahead and tell the story.
So power of networking, I guess. So he saw a podcast I did, and we're from the same area in Massachusetts. I was just in the gym in the locker room. I was just in a towel, and he's like, "Hey man, like, are you 1,000 Nasons?" I had no idea who he was. I'm like, "Yeah, like that's me, man." Like. He's like, wow, cool, I saw your podcast, like I sell sneakers, I'm thinking about Amazon. And I'm like, oh, awesome, man. So we exchanged numbers after that, and then we ended up just like working out at the gym a bunch and just became friends through there. And he absorbed like a lot of what I know just by being around me all the time. And like within 2 years he's doing like crazy numbers on Amazon.
And
crushing. Like, again, like abundance mentality. We're even selling some of the same products. Like I gave him a couple suppliers that I like go ahead, man. Like I just like the abundance sharing type of thing when we all grow together.
And we keep saying abundance, another one of those things, just like with people like Jake, right? So you started him from the beginning. He wanted to learn something else. He came to me, and then we started connecting. Right? And it's like that's what's great. He can learn a little from here, learn a little from there. And we're all like meshing now, curating this group that is going to be really powerful.
Yeah, for sure. And like Amazon is an industry where there's like 200 ways to do it. Like every Amazon business has like all these different like flavors to it. Like, oh, you just do this one thing like differently than I do. And like there's like 1,000 ways to like skin the cat. I'm always learning as well, just like Jake is and you are, I'm sure. Like I bought 2 info products in the past 3 months actually. I want to get my private label skills up. And nowadays like the lines are almost blurring between like what is brand direct versus like what is private label. Like it's a lot of the same skill overlap now, like launching products, managing advertising, you know, driving traffic off Amazon. There's a lot to it, and so the lines are kind of blurring. Like to have a great skill set to like grow a brand as a reseller is actually like a lot of the same stuff. So I'm trying to get those skills out there.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, because it's so true that brand direct is so much similar to private label, but it's also wholesale, which wholesale can be very similar to arbitrage. And that's why it's like, normally with people who are just getting started, unless you know the brand or have a connection, like we always just say, start doing arbitrage, learn it, and then you'll see you naturally end up coming our way anyway.
Yeah,
and so
for sure.
Just to finish this thing off, what would you say in the next 5 years, vision of Amazon, your business?
Yeah, so in 5 years, I'm hoping to like get close to like 9 figures of revenue. I'd love to say I'm a 9-figure seller, because like that's the ultimate flex. 8 figures is nice, but like 9 is just like, wow, all right, absolute baller status. So yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna try and grow my revenue and profit at the same clip that I have. And then in terms of like Amazon at large, I think there'll be like continued consolidation, like brands working with businesses that actually know what they're doing, how to partner with brands. Like I think the days of flipping products, like there will always be some opportunity because there's always new brands getting popular. Like, you know, it's a dynamic marketplace. There will always be arbitrage opportunities, wholesale opportunities, but I think long term, like I think it's going to go the direction of like more and more brands either partnering with one reseller or deciding to sell themselves online or selling to Amazon. So like I think if you really want to future-proof your business long term, I think like brand direct and knowing how to grow a brand is going to be the skill set that matters long term.
Totally agree. Main reason for that is because barrier of entry, right? When it's that easy to walk into a Nike and scan the products and make money, eventually it's not going to happen.
Yeah, everything like that gets plugged up. Like there's always golden opportunities in any industry for a time, and then the word gets out and gets hyper competitive, and then you know gets.
And that's why with working with brands too, I like this avenue and how it's going, because it weeds out so many people that won't have a conversation over the phone, in person, not that mature or qualified, and they get told no, and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, anyone looking for like the quick buck or has like zero resilience with contacting suppliers and like doesn't want to learn an actual skill set, like they're gonna get washed out long term, I think.
And so the game comes down to turning that no into a yes. And so like, how do we do that? By adding value. And so everything Dan just said, the skills of how to grow a brand, that's what value is. So how to create a listing, how to create an ad campaign, how to actually be valuable to that brand. So I'm on board with you. I think that's the way it's going, and I'd like to do private label again in the future. I had a failed launch, but I know
same here.
Like, you want to own your own brand eventually.
Yeah, exactly. So it'll be awesome to reconnect next year and see where we're at. Maybe in wtih.
Yeah, another one. Run it back.
This Columbia thing might turn into an annual mastermind here.
That's starting it out.
So that would be awesome. So
just tell the people where they can find you.
Yeah, sure. My Instagram handle is 1000 asins, and then I'm also on YouTube now with very beginnings of a YouTube channel. And so, feel free to shoot me a follow.
Same. I'm definitely posting this one on YouTube. I'm new to YouTube too, but like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. I'll start posting more videos just like this. And Dan, let's have a good day today.
Yeah, absolutely.